We should be going live here in just a second.
It's freaking dumping snow right now, all day.
Is it? Is it really bad?
It's getting there,
You guys gonna be snowed in again?
probably.
All right. Just get out of there now. Come down. Come down.
It's fun to drive in.
It sounds pretty good on the stream,
Does it?
like volume wise.
Okay, here I'm gonna bump up the volume.
Pump it
the
up.
volume. Bump up the volume. Dance,
Boom, boom,
dance.
boom, 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 boom.
Do-do-do.
Yeah, I feel old.
Do-do-do.
Pump up the volume.
That wasn't CNC Music Factory. Who was that?
No, God, dude, I couldn't tell you the name. I just,
But you know CNC Music Factory.
yeah, I want to make you sweat. Or
Yes.
yeah. Jesse, you know about CNC Music Factory?
No, Jesse's like
I
20.
I think I'm a baby. Dang. When was that?
Oh, God.
90s, dude. Mid
Oh,
90s.
That,
Dude, I
Come
don't even
on,
think you
man.
was born yet.
it was like before the internet. Like
Hey,
literally.
Nah, the internet was around by then.
Yeah. Betty White and Horse Trainer. How is the
DARPA
audio
net.
volume on the live feed?
DARPANet? That was like the early internet.
Good. Well, you're talking about like what's that movie with Matthew Broderick? Yeah,
Would
those
you
days.
like
I
to
guess.
War
play
games?
a game?
Yeah,
War games?
there was that kind of internet. I think back in those days. Interwebs.
Whoa.
Oh, something fell.
Nope.
Are you sober too?
Little bit of tea. Just a little bit of tea.
It was not my beer this week.
Yeah, this time it wasn't Matt's beer. Better than normal, host train. Okay, good. So yeah, Jose gave us some feedback that apparently someone said our live stream volume was low, so we made some adjustments. You know, technically speaking, I don't want to get too far over your head, but what we did was turn the volume up. And
It's a very complicated.
So what it is
step.
there's this button here that says audio, and we slid the slider to the right. So I hope that's better. Okay. All right, we got people in the live chat, and we got Jesse. Are you ready, Jess?
Ready?
Okay, you guys ready? Casey?
Turn it down just a tad, code on the stream. The volume.
Mother.
Hey, it's a thing.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
Okay, how's that?
All right.
Okay. Rain, you ready? Okay, guys ready? All right, Jesse, I'm gonna count down 3, 2, 1. Go silent, and then we'll get started. 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, it is 6:30 on Tuesday night. We are live streaming on YouTube as we usually do on Tuesday nights. It is dumping rain here in Southern California. I think Casey is about 85 feet under snow, and we're joined by Jesse.
Are we gonna be okay? I don't know what to do when like that much water's coming down. It's like very confusing to me.
Yeah, just stay indoors.
Is there something? Just stay indoors.
Okay. Yeah. We're joined by Jesse Rizo, who is up in Rancho Cucamonga, California, which is just a couple exits north of us, and it is still dumping up there. How you doing tonight, Jess?
Doing pretty good. Just raining. I'm not liking that.
No, it needs to stop. It was weird today. There was a good, and I'm sure everybody not in Southern California is tired of hearing us talk about it. But there was about a 4-hour period where the sun came out. I was like, oh sweet, and then it just dumped.
Yeah.
So,
Didn't somebody ask me to do like a rain dance or something a while back?
I don't.
It was
I've
probably
never
it was
asked
probably
you to
too
dance.
good.
I've never asked
It
you
was
to
probably
dance.
too good. You guys, you can blame me.
I would never
I
ask you
think
to dance.
Hey, man, I was asking you.
Well, you know what?
It worked.
You know what? Next time I'll reel it back a little bit. I'll see what I can do about some sun. A sun
Sounds
dance.
like
Like,
So for those of you that don't know, I would be very, very surprised.
Yeah.
Jesse Rizzo is a super popular internet celebrity on the YouTubes. You can find him at Jesse Jesse Rizzo Rizo on YouTube. You're sitting at over 41,000 subscribers, which is like 42,000 more than we have, and somehow we have negative 1,000 subscribers. But when was your first video, Jess? When did you start? Because I remember, I want to say right around the same time
Yes.
that this started, you were just starting out. So when did you start posting videos on YouTube?
So, I'll be honest. I started posting early on, but it was nothing off-road related. It was like random stuff that when I was bored, I'd upload it. I want to say probably 2015-ish, 2016. None of those videos are up anymore. They're all deleted. But when I actually started posting, I'd say probably 2018.
Yeah.
Around that time.
Yeah. I remember we ran into each other at a couple meetups.
Yeah.
At that Jeep dealership.
At the Redlands Jeep dealership.
Yep.
A couple other things where you were just really kind of catching some momentum.
Yeah.
What made you start doing it? Why did you start posting off-road videos in 2018?
I want to say backtracking to like around 2017-ish, one of my buddies actually got a Tacoma TRD off-road 4x4. If you guys were to see him, you'd probably remember him, but his name was Chris. And he used to take me just on trails and stuff, and I didn't have a Tacoma at that time. And just the experience, honestly, that's kind of what made me have fun with it. And then from there, I ended up buying my first Tacoma in 2018. And just from there, just started the videos, and I enjoyed what I did, and I got some positive feedback. So just went from there.
So talk about that piece of it. Like YouTube's been around for a long time, and plenty of opportunities to do stuff. And what were you thinking when you first were like, hey, I'm gonna post this video and see what happens? Like, did you have any aspirations of gaining followers, or was it just like, hey, I'm gonna do this because it's fun?
So I did not. So in the beginning, like I was saying, I mean, I posted my first video probably in 2013, 2014, around that time frame. I just used to post things for myself to keep it like for memories. And one time I posted something, and it kind of gained some traction. And I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then I stopped. And then around 2018, when I came back, I did not think, I just kind of posted. I can't remember what the first video was, but it was something embarrassing because I know I don't have it anymore.
It's all embarrassing. Everything you do the first time is embarrassing as hell a year later. So just accept it.
Yeah, and I mean, it did okay. At least the views back in the day for me, that was okay. And from there, I was just like, hey, I should give this a shot. And I used to like doing install stuff on my own truck. And when I would watch YouTube videos of other people do it, they would never explain in depth. So that would really piss me off. So that's when I started saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to do it myself, and I'm going to explain it for people who can actually, understand what's going on. So that's kind of where it started, I'd say.
But that's a perfect example. Like a lot of people that are posting things, they take a lot of things for granted. Like, of course, a righty tighty lefty loosey and things like that.
No. Let's go back to what happens when you do righty lefty.
I'm sorry, I misspoke there.
How do you do righty lefty at the same time?
It takes a lot of that. I'd have to start my own channel for that to explain what I just said. But I think that's a perfect example of what you just said there. Like, well, there's a lot of things that aren't explained that are maybe taken for granted, by these professionals or people with a lot of experience.
Yeah.
So if you're taking the time to actually fill that void or gap in information, that's pretty valuable.
Mm-hmm. And I think, from my personal perspective, I think that there's been a swing when YouTube how to install videos were kind of coming out and being more of a thing in the early teens. It was very curated. Like, nobody showed the mistakes. Nobody showed the reality of behind the scenes. It was very like, look, it takes one time. I've done this one. No, it took you 48 times to get that one take.
Yeah.
And I feel like over time, people have avoided those videos and gotten really connected to the ones that are like, hey man, look, we're about to do this thing. It's going to suck. I'm going to bust my knuckles and I'm going to lose my 10 millimeter. And like, that's the reality of what's actually happening. And that's what connects with people more.
Yeah, because it's like just being the real person you are with the people. I mean, not everybody's a professional. Not everybody's going to understand these fancy words. I'm pretty dumb myself. I'm not gonna lie.
I
So-
love it. You fit right in, Jess. We're pretty
Yeah,
stupid.
there you Yeah, so I can't really say like big words. So I just try to explain it as if I was watching it. So I try to. It's gonna sound mean, but it's true. I try to dumb it down sometimes.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah.
So like for example, a Phillips head. I mean, yeah, some people will know what a Phillips head is. If you don't, hey, it's that tool, that has a plus on the top, or like stuff like that. Well, yeah, it's been fun. And then I mean, over time, I've also done like the off-road videos, and which that I truly love doing. It's just that's a it's harder because you can't control the lighting, you can't control the sound, you can't it's just you're out there.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, and the off-road thing is it's all whole under beast. And by the way, I'm looking at the it's called First Ever Meet and Greet Recap. Who is Syndicate Off-Road? That's the video that we met up with you at that Syndicate Off-Road event. And,
Yeah.
And that was 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's when we had Syndicate Yodas, which is what I would run, and then we have the Syndicate Jeep off-road, and yeah, Syndicate, the Jeep Club. I know that one's the one that kind of took us to the next level, but Syndicate Off-Road was, of course, like the main of both. And yeah, I mean, all of them were really great guys. Everybody was awesome. I mean, you guys knew them, so
yeah, they're no longer around. Is Syndicate Yodas and Syndicate Jeep still a thing?
No, so around when everybody kind of started splitting, we just honestly stopped posting on the Yoda's page.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the password, so I wouldn't even know. Yeah, and my buddy kind of took over a little bit, and it wasn't going anywhere, so we just kind of left it alone. I got busy with like my actual job. I got busy with YouTube. So we kind of left that alone. I know the Jeep Club, they were still kind of doing things here and there. And slowly it just everybody just started doing their own thing. Like, I guess we all grew up, I guess. I don't know.
Well, it's interesting how there's been throughout the course of the last, how many years we've been doing this? Since 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Speaking of not smart, I'm using my hands. So over the course of the last 5 years, watching different clubs come and go and different groups get together and break apart, and like each one of those steps is an evolution for the people involved. And like to your point, that was kind of that took you to the next level, and then it gave you some more content, and you started doing things. But rather than when the group split up, rather than just going, I guess that's over, you went hard on your own and started doing your own thing, and really kind of started propelling from there. What, from your perspective, what was the hardest part about getting the YouTube page started? And the second part of that question is, what's the hardest part about gaining momentum?
I guess getting it started, the hardest part was just thinking about what I'm going to do next as far as content. I mean, mine was mainly like a how-to install channel. I know, like I said, I did do off-road content here and there, but mine was based on how-tos. So that was the hard part, because, I mean, of course, as we all know, modifications to these rigs is not cheap. So I had to, I mean, I'll be honest, I have a couple companies backing me up. So that's what helped out. But yeah, just kind of thinking of ideas, thinking of how I'm going to do it, thinking just the whole thought process to put it together. That was the back end that's hard, that no one ever sees. I mean, people think, oh, you make YouTube videos, it's super simple. It is not.
It is not. It's not. First of all,
I made one video that was like 45 seconds long. It took me 6 hours to do.
Yeah.
And you talked about...
I'm still working on my first video, and it's been 5 years.
And you talked about not only the cost of purchasing the parts to do the modification, but you have your own job to do on a daily basis, finding the time. Okay, I need to carve out 2 days. And the other piece of that is every time we've tried to film something while doing something, one of two things happens. You get shitty film or you get shitty work. Like you have to allot 3 times the amount of time to do a project if you're going to be filming it.
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes you got to do a couple takes, like like for me, like going back on, I'm pretty dumb. No, like when I'm trying to explain things, I forget, or like I'm trying, because it's harder to, it's easy to do it, but it's hard to teach, I guess you could say. So that's, sometimes you got to just redo it, or wait, I said this wrong, you know, or oh, let me re-explain this.
Mhm.
So that's, like I said, that's the back end hard part. As far as momentum going, that was another, of course, challenge. I mean, I think that's for everybody. And it's still, I'll be honest, it's still a challenge for me. I wish, my goal right now was, I wish I would have been a little bit bigger than what I am, but it's fine. I mean, I'm humble
my
about.
wife wishes the same thing for me. I
Yeah.
mean, but that's something that we all, you
Story of
know,
our lives.
we all struggle with.
Yeah, but I mean, like, just the to get the momentum, it is the hard part too, because, for example, like sometimes I'll spend hours making one YouTube video, and to me it was good. I go to post it, and it does not do good. So that's, and sometimes I'll do a video and do it really, really quick, and I don't care about it, and that one does good.
Yeah.
So to be honest, I mean, I don't even know how to gain momentum. I just kind of, I keep trying, and then I kind of see what people are liking, and I base it off of that to try to get momentum that way.
Mhm.
So
So what do people like?
Well,
Can
I mean,
you help us?
we've talked about
Because
that.
we don't know.
We've talked about it in the past. Like, it's crazy when you see someone that's got, you know, hundreds of thousands of views or whatever, and you're like, what? How's that content any different than anybody else's? And then you see someone else, and you're like, oh my god, this is amazing. How does it only have 12 views? Like, the world needs to know about this, but I don't know how to do that. Like, I don't know what the algorithms and
I agree 100% with you on that, because there's other people that have surpassed me around the same time I started, and they're huge right now, and it's like, really? But I mean, kudos to them, you know, that's freaking awesome. I'm happy for everybody that grows, but it trips me out. Like, I have another buddy, I wouldn't say, like, I don't know him personally, but I just known him for years on Instagram. He's in Canada, and his channel is called Ship in XX. He also has a Tacoma channel, and watching his videos, it's like, man, why aren't you big? Like, the quality he has, the sound quality, video quality, and the way he puts everything together, the storyline, it's like, dude, like how you said, you know, sometimes you watch these smaller channels, and it's like, why aren't they growing? So I get what you mean by that.
Yeah, it's very interesting, and I think the momentum piece, similar to the podcast world, is the consistency.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to gain momentum after 5 episodes. It may not be after
No.
25 episodes. It may not be after 50 episodes. Momentum comes over
Or
time.
258.
Or or we're at 263, and we're still pushing for that momentum. We hope somebody hears
we
this.
have some
Jesse,
momentum.
I hope somebody hears this episode, Jesse.
Yes,
Otherwise,
there's-
you're just talking to the three of us, because even Casey didn't want to listen to this episode, and he dropped off.
And our parents.
Yeah, oh yeah, my mom listens. Just hi, mom. She listens. But it's really hard to gain that momentum if you're not willing to do it consistently.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I mean, I have 500 plus videos uploaded, I think, right now. But like you said, I mean, going back to the beginning, before I used to post randomly, and then after, like you said, consistently, then I started going into a routine, and that's kind of where I saw it help out. So I guess that's where the momentum comes in with YouTube. But yeah.
What so right now, are you planning out, so we're gonna get some nitty gritty here. So like, are you planning out like a content calendar that says, okay, I know I'm gonna have releases on here, and here, and this is gonna be this type of content. Like, are you planning that out, or is it Monday and you're like, well, shit, I gotta film something?
So as of right now, luckily, like I said, I mean, I have some companies now that like really do back me up. So I have like parts for the following month. So I do have everything planned out. I have a calendar. I have a whiteboard where I put my ideas on, and a calendar as far as when I'm editing, when I'm uploading, and all that. Before, I would not do that, and I would stress out like crazy. And I mean, like I said, I mean, I have a Monday through Friday job, so that takes up a lot of my time. I'm in sales, so it's a lot of time. so now my schedule, what it is on Saturdays I'll film. I'll try to film it all day, and then Sundays I'll edit, and then that way for the following Sunday, that'll be that video.
Mhm.
So every Sunday I post and Sunday I edit, if that makes sense.
Yeah. That
And then
makes,
Saturday is my filming day. So
makes a lot of
that's-
sense.
Yeah, but that's 7 days a week that you're busy, dude. Like that's
yeah,
If we were doing this right, we would be doing the same thing. I mean, it's
100%.
we record on Tuesdays, I edit on Wednesday, we release on Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday is, hey, do you want to come on the show? Hey, do you want to
Crickets.
come on the show? Hey, do you want to come on the show?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And right now we're in a spot where we've got a month and a half booked out, but there have been times where it's literally Sunday.
long lulls.
Yeah, there's been times where it's Sunday and it's like, shit, we got to can anybody talk to us Tuesday? Like,
Yeah.
and to your point, I've found a like a project management software that I've been using for my day-to-day job and all that stuff, and I've been throwing a lot of the content in there, and that's really helping visualize.
yeah,
This is where we're at. This is where we need to go. These are the things I need to follow up on. And if you have a system, whether it be a whiteboard or a software, I think that's a huge part of building up that momentum.
Matt uses this thing called Bluestream. He's like really
Blue Beam.
Oh, Blue Beam. There you go.
He's got a weak stream in Blue Beam.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
He's always talking about if I had Blue Beam right now.
Yeah.
I'm working on my streams. My blue beams are solid. I'm rock solid at blue beams.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's there's always like those project management tools that. How are you using those to project just interviews for the future? Or?
Talking about me? Like
Yeah, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Now I'm
Serious.
interested.
I don't want to
we're
throw it
going-
up on the screen,
Going behind
but
the fourth
I've got
wall now.
yeah, we've got a content calendar.
It's a notepad.
No, it's a full look. It looks like whoop. That's our content calendar that shows who's booked, who's we've spent it.
That's very fast, so
yes,
nobody could see.
no one can
in the
see what we
future.
got going on. But
It's just us on the calendar.
yeah, but it's these are people I've invited. Here's the people that have booked. Here's the people I've scheduled.
Oh,
you know,
color coded each one.
very much, dude. It's very fancy pants. It's
Wow.
called Notion, by the way. It's called Notion.so is the software I'm using, and I'm using it for project management tools, directories. Like it's an amazing tool. Notion.so. Going back to content. So as you're creating this content and stuff, are you feeding off of the input you're getting from your watchers? Like, hey, will you do a video on how to install headlights? Like, is any of that taking place?
So I try to do that as much as possible. Only thing with that, sometimes they'll tell me like, "Hey, can you show us how to install this bumper?" Or you know, or
And you're like, send me the bumper.
I'm supposed to- you know. But when it's like smaller things, or if they ask for like a normal, easy video that I don't have to like spend money on, you know, that I could just go out and do it. Yeah, I do it. I mean, every once in a while, I'll do that.
I think we need Jesse Rizzo's garage. So when someone says, "Can you show me how to install this bumper?" they can come to Jesse Rizzo's shop. He can film it.
Well, he's right there in Rancho, so it
I'm
shouldn't be
just,
that hard.
I'm just saying, like that's the next level. Is hey, can you do a how-to video on this? And you're like, sure. Come to the shop on Saturday. We'll film it. Work together to get it installed. Right? How cool would that be?
Yeah, that's something I did honestly want to do. I mean, financially, I probably can't, but I did want to do that, and I honestly wanted to do it this year.
Yeah.
It's just like I said, financially, I wouldn't be able to, but I would have loved to do that only because one, I'd get to meet my subscribers, and I'd get to like interact with them, and that'd be fun to me.
I may or may not know a place that might have a free service bay up in the mountains that you could potentially collaborate with. But
yeah, where'd he go?
Yeah, somehow Casey's not here. Casey was here with our
look,
nephew.
well,
he was hanging out and he disappeared. So
I had to kick him off the stream, but we'll talk about it after.
you kicked him off the stream?
Yeah,
because
you didn't see what happened,
I saw some. No.
dude. Rain fell off the bed.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that's why I was like,
I saw something happen, but I had that part covered
so
up.
Casey got up. Sorry, Jesse.
Yes.
No,
like
you're
I said,
good. I want to listen.
But Casey got up,
I want
and
to
then
know.
and then Rain was just sitting there, and he was slowly started tipping. I was like, "Oh my god!" And he fell, dude. And I text Casey right away, dude. Is he okay? And he's like, "Yeah, I caught him. Right, I caught him." But then I saw Rain fall, and then I saw
rainfall outside.
his headphones go on the bed. So I don't know what happened. So I'm like,
Okay, so we have to go
Yeah.
back to the beginning of this
Yeah,
interview,
dude.
because I did see some commotion happening.
yes.
But I've got like 48
Yeah, I get
screens
it.
open, so I didn't see exactly
no, but
what happened.
that's why I was like, I'm gonna end his streaming.
So apparently Casey killed my nephew. We'll talk about it later. But the I think that's the hard part is, like, I mean, if you had access to all the different vehicles and all the different parts and all, I bet you could film 100 videos a week. You know what I mean? It's the
I'd go full force with that.
yeah. So we got
You know?
to figure out how to, like I said, I feel like we can find you an extra service base someplace that you can collaborate with, and we'll talk offline.
Yeah.
So so let's talk about the equipment that you use to make your videos, because I'm going to assume, we've not had any conversation about this, but I'm going to assume over the last several years there's been an evolution of
in mirrorless cameras
from a GoPro to a cell phone to, like, talk to me about like what kind of equipment you started with, what kind of equipment you use now.
Okay. Yeah. So when I first started, I started off with an iPhone. I'm sure I would think, most people, that's how they start. I mean, the quality, of course, is not that good when you do it with an iPhone. And then from there, I started with still with an iPhone, but I got a newer version. And then I got it with a tripod. I got a microphone for it, so that way the sound quality could be a little better. And then from there, I went to a GoPro. And same thing. I mean, I got a microphone for that. I went wireless for it. And from there, then I ended up getting a Canon. I can't even remember the name of it. It was like a really cheap Canon at the time, all I could afford. And and I used that one for quite some time, actually. And then from there, I ended up getting a Canon T7i, and I also got a Canon G7X Mark II. I got them at the same time. That way, the bigger camera, which is the Canon T7i, I can use for at home. And then I had mics for it, the Rode mics. And then the Canon G7X, which is like a vlogging camera. That one I'd use it for when I'd go off-road, or, it's an easy camera to just kind of move around.
Okay.
And then from there, this was last year now, I ended up kind of switching up everything. So I ended up buying a gimbal, a DJI gimbal. I bought a Rode mics.
Mm-hmm.
I bought wireless ones, and I bought on, like, with the shoe mount. I bought a new camera. I have a Sony A6600, I believe it is. And then, and then this year I plan on getting another camera, just to kind of add to the force. And for sure, I'm gonna get a drone though.
Yeah.
I want to try to do more like off-road content this year in the summer. So I know that's gonna help out a lot.
That's very cool. And it's so funny because
Make sure you follow the instructions.
look,
Implicitly.
I don't know if you've ever heard,
because you
but
never know. You never know. Those drones have a mind of their own.
don't beat the shit out of
yeah,
your
drones. Apparently, Matt abused his drone, and every time he turned it on, it took off and tried to get away. So
It's
don't
a lie.
be mean. Don't be mean to the drone.
Saying they're very fickle, and
But I'm glad to hear.
take the drone out on a date first, and then just like, hi,
Tickle it a little
drone,
bit.
do you want to hang
blow
out
in
with
its
me?
ear.
And then before you just
Ask
let
for
it off on
consent.
its own.
Make sure you ask for consent.
Yeah, especially in 2023, you got to do that.
You know what? You're
That's your
right,
problem,
and that was
Matt.
my
Yeah.
mistake.
You didn't
I
get
was going by a different set of rules at the time.
Yeah.
Because that's the way it was in the old days.
Back
you
in
know,
the
you
day.
just
You just beat the drone over the head with a club. Say, you're my
drag it
drone
off
now.
by its hair into the cave. Yeah.
It's Matt at trailchasers.net. But I like hearing that, because we've had a very similar progression of equipment. It's like, oh yeah, we need this, and then additional mics, and then and like for content creators that are doing audio, video, photo production or whatever, it's this constant evolution of tools and then
Yeah.
you learn to use the tool you have to a point where you're like, okay, now I want to try something different, but the tool can't do it. And then you start investing your own money. Oh, my wife isn't listening. You invest your own money into these products and these tools to help expand your capabilities.
Yeah, and that's I mean, talking about that, the next camera I want to get like an actual video camera, like for video only, just because I've seen other people use that and the quality is just, it's crispy. It's hard to use it, but I mean, it's crispy. So
Mhm. Yeah, it's not a small investment, I'm sure.
no,
Some of those
not-
some of those cameras are. I've got a friend that produces video, and he was saying that he's got a camera that's more than his car.
You know, it's also don't buy cameras that have propellers and stuff that can fly away.
Yeah.
You know, don't do that
Definitely don't do
because
that.
they're likely to just do that.
For you, maybe.
For me, well, that's my experience as a.
What production software are you using? What operating system and production software?
So for the videos, what I'm using right now, back then I used to actually use, which I'm pretty sure the older people like us would know as Windows Media Editor, I think it was called, or something like that. Yeah,
I love that he's lumping us into older people. I'm like
you're-
20 years older than you are, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm close to-
Cody's a hardcore Windows denier.
Yeah.
Windows and Apple, it's all bullshit.
No, but now I use Adobe Premiere Pro for the editing, and then for like thumbnails and stuff like that, I use Adobe Photoshop.
Yeah.
So those are the two programs I've been using for the past, I want to say, 2 years,
Okay.
and they're solid.
Yeah, I mean they're the industry standard for a reason, right? I
It's
mean,
either Lightroom or what's the other one? The big one? There's two big like video editing software.
It's not that big if we don't know the name. No, I'm just kidding.
You're right. You're right. No, it's like it's yeah.
Well, and Adobe is the industry standard, and they've done they've made it a little bit more accessible. You can buy the subscription to the Creative Cloud as opposed to going out and spending $1,000 up front. You can spend it $50 a time at every month. But there are plenty of open source alternatives. Probably not going to do the same level of stuff that you. I take that back. There are some out there, open source, that can do what you do.
Yeah.
But not as easily, and you have to jump through hoops to make it happen. But if you had the time to invest into learning the tool, you can absolutely do it.
No, and talking about that, I mean, to the regular person, if you've never edited or used any of that software, it's confusing. Like, I know when I first started, I had to watch a bunch of YouTube videos. I had to for hours, and then even to this day, if I see like a cool transition or something, I'll look it up on YouTube how to do this. Mm-hmm. So it's a learning game with that.
And I would suggest, if you are considering doing video, start with some of the non-subscription options. Lightworks is a really good open source tool. OpenShot, Kdenlive, like there's tools there. Make 3 to 5 videos using some of those tools just to see if it's something you want to do, because it is. You watch, I think Jose made the comment, like you watch a 3-minute video that was 4.5 days to cut together. Like it's not a quick process, which is why we've talked about 100 times. We have terabytes of video on hard drives that will never see the light of day, because I'm just not going to go back and do it. I'm just not going to, at this point, it's irrelevant. I'm not going to do it.
It's not fun. Editing is just, that's probably one of my things that I don't like, to be honest. If I had the funds, in all honesty, I'd probably just pay somebody.
Yeah.
But it's too expensive.
It is. There's a service for all that.
Yeah. It's like AI or something like Chat GP or GPT.
No, Matt, you've got it all. You've got that all mixed up.
No, there's a new one. It's a GPT-4 or something.
Yeah,
like
4.
We can just have have it do it. Hey, look at here, Chat. Look at all this stuff I have. Make something cool out of this. We can't just do that.
Matt saw a clip on the news.
Yeah.
And now he's worried about the robots taking over.
No,
well, he's trying to buy his way back into their good graces.
Yeah, I want them to make cool
because he beat the shit out of his drone.
Yeah.
So when ChatGPT 7 takes over the world, Matt's on the hit list. You know?
They're gonna show up at Matt's
Yeah.
house and be like, "Hey, see that drone back there? We heard what you did to him.
Don't worry, nobody's gonna worry about that first drone.
We heard what you did to him." So what, in general, like, what do you think? How much time do you think you spend every week on editing when it comes to like your ongoing releases?
I'd say on average, probably 8 hours on average, 6 to 8 hours. But sometimes there's videos that like it just depends on what it is. Like as an example, one of the recent installs that we did was some KC rock lights on my Tacoma, and that one when we filmed it so that way it's kind of like an easy video to kind of put together where I would stop right away. Any clip that I needed to redo, I'd just delete it. So that way the memory card just had the clips exactly how I needed it. So it was just kind of like a plug and play, just cut out the things I don't need, and that's it. That one probably took me maybe 2 hours to edit, 2.5 hours. And then other times, like a while back, I'm never going to forget this day. It sucked. It was horrible. I hated it. I'll never do it again. So I know I didn't mention this, but the Tacoma I have currently, now it's a 2020 Tacoma. But back then, the Tacoma I had was a 2018. And that one, I ripped it apart completely, and I did a sound editing video on how to do it in depth, crazy in depth, instrument, like everything came out, seats, plastics, doors, everything, stripped it down. One, it took 13.5 hours to film, and we did it nonstop. We just stopped to eat, technically, and to restroom. I had a buddy help me out. And so 13 hours to film that. And then after to edit it, it took me 3 days.
Yep.
So
it would have been easier to just buy a Ranger, as far as I'm concerned.
yeah, so I will never do that again.
Yeah,
but
it's you know, most people don't, when they're, oh, I'm gonna make a video. Most people don't think about that, and I don't remember if it was someone that we interviewed or if it was a conversation with that buddy of mine about like he would create a very specific list. I want a shot of this. I want a shot of this. He would almost edit the film in his head.
Well, we've talked to other YouTubers and stuff. They're like, like it's they have a whole shot list, what they want.
Correct. They create the video in their mind and create that list of things, then go get those shots and then edit together.
But it still takes hours though.
Yeah,
something that would take a trail that would take like 2 hours to do ends up being an 8-hour day on the trail because it's stopping.
Yeah,
you gotta go back.
Yeah, but for us, most of the time it was click the GoPro, hit the GoPro when we start the trail and hope something good happens, and then you got to come home and watch 6 hours of trail running.
Those show that shot of like the hood is
Oh, okay. Hey, you guys keep going.
But yeah, that shot of the hood just driving that doesn't do it anymore. Like you gotta have more engaging.
Exactly,
like,
and that's why I was saying about the drone. That's why I want to get it, because this year I do want to do like more off-road content, you can say.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need help. I mean, and like you said, whenever I have done videos like that on the trail, a regular 4-hour trail, it ends up turning into 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how many people you have filming too. Like, dude, it just every stop just adds like 5-10 minutes, and then that.
And then sometimes, I mean, if for me, like if I didn't like the shot, you know, I'll do it again. Or
yeah,
like,
for sure. And now with the drone thing too, like you can't fly those things like in national parks or in like BLM land anymore. Like it's getting really hard to use drones now.
Yeah, and that's the hard part. But I mean, talking about like off-road filming, I did like a couple episodes filming a off-road challenge with my friends. And same thing. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys know where Cleghorn is.
Yeah. And
that's a normal 4-hour trail, you know, and that took us 7-8 hours, you know, and then editing that took days. That was horrible.
So what was the challenge?
So basically, I took out a couple friends, and I didn't tell them we were gonna really do a challenge. I kind of mentioned it to them, but I didn't tell them what exactly it was going to be until we got there, because I wanted it to be a surprise.
Smart, yeah.
The challenge was going to be going through like certain obstacles, like if you guys know, kind of like, for example, where the tower line is, the first kind of little offshoot in Cleghorn, where the towers are.
Yeah, you walk up the like that electrical tower, right?
Yeah, electrical tower. For example, one of the challenges was, let's see who can climb up it the fastest without losing traction. So as an example, and then from there, the losers would have to. I brought a whole bunch of spicy sauces, so the losers would have to take it. And so certain challenges.
What do you mean take? Hold on. I'm assuming like eat
drink
the sauces?
it. Yeah, drink it.
Okay. Take
Yeah.
this. Take this hot sauce.
Yeah, we had some where we were counting wheel slippage. So whoever had the least wheel slippage was, of course, the winner, and all the other guys would have to drink the hot sauce. And,
So-
and I told them to bring milk, and most of them, they thought I was joking, so none of them brought milk.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So-
And then at the end, the winner, I gave him $100 just for fun.
Wow. So that's awesome. But how did you measure like wheel slippage and
Dude, there's
like what? Hold on. And like, how did you? What was driver skill like the number one thing that prevented slippage, or vehicle technology? Like, what did you find? What did you find out during that challenge?
So we kind of based it off of like the driver, and I guess it depends on your rig. We just challenged our rigs.
Tires, stuff like that.
Yeah, tires,
right?
of course, because overall tires are a big thing. I mean, it's in the driver, but it's also in the tires.
Mhm.
And so the way we did it is we just had we had people on each corners, so we'd count the wheel slippage. So once you see a skid, count that. See another skid, count that. So it was interesting, but it was fun. Like all of us had fun, and our stomachs hurt after that, but it was fun. Yeah, and it was different challenges. That was just like one out of the other ones, but yeah.
but filming that first part probably took you at least an hour.
Yeah, it was about a little over an hour for it was, I think, a total of 6 of us. And then another one, which I'm sure this is probably, I don't know if it's illegal because it's off-road, but I'm sure it's very dangerous. Another one was you're going to do it with a partner. So whoever wants to be the driver can raise their hand, and whoever doesn't want to be the driver is going to have to be a passenger. So the driver will be blindfolded, an obstacle. So the fastest.
My God.
Yeah, it was disaster waiting for it to happen, but it was fun and no one died, so that was the good thing.
That's our motto, and nobody died.
Yeah. So yeah, that one was a really fun obstacle. I mean, we had to go up it. Whoever did it the fastest, blindfolded. And the reason we blindfolded the driver is because the passenger sitting next to you had to guide you up. So you had no spot. Technically, you had the spotter next to you, sitting with you in the car.
Oh man.
Where was that challenge at? Was that at Claycorn too?
Yeah, that was in Claycorn. So it wasn't too bad.
Okay, other than Claycorn, what are the other like really cool trails or whatever that you guys run, or favorites? I'm assuming Big Bear.
I'd say Big Bear is a big one. I mean, we've gone to John Bull. We've done Gold Mountain, Holcomb. We've done that one, and a couple other ones. But my favorite, I don't know. I mean, I have a bunch to be honest. Gold Mountain is cool because it's easy, but it's still technical at the same time. I just wish there was more obstacles. But I mean, John Bull is awesome overall.
Yeah, we haven't done that one yet. We haven't done John Bull or Gold Mountain.
Right. Well, the challenge was, Matt, get some rock sliders. So,
for John Bull.
Well, and I'm on 33, so that's going to be like challenging enough. But Matt, get some rock sliders so we can do some like rock crawling type stuff. And I finally finished my sliders back. I don't know, it's probably like September or something like that.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll have to give that a run. What would you say? Would I be able in a truck, Nissan Frontier on 33s? I got some sliders. Am I doing John Bull? Or
honestly, I'd say no. If I'm being honest, I mean, you can probably do it, but you're gonna get turtled or you're gonna damage something. So there's people that have done it on 33s. So
challenge accepted, Matt.
That's kind of how I look at things. Like, okay, I think I got to just hit the throttle, right? And like turtle
Yeah.
over shit.
Yeah.
I mean stuff.
Yeah, I'd say try out Gold Mountain. I know you said you haven't done it, right? Gold Mountain.
Neither. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't done it yet.
I would start with Gold Mountain. Try that out. Then from there, try Holcomb Creek, and then from there, John Bull. So I would do it in those stages.
All right, looks like we got a plan for this upcoming summer. Then.
Exactly.
Let me know.
John Bull and Holcomb Creek are going to be rough.
Well, let's try doing them like this weekend in current conditions. No,
Back to back.
yeah,
Jeez,
all
I
three
don't know.
trails same day.
that'd be tough.
All right, Casey, you're back. Is everything okay?
Yeah.
guys? I mean, we were just talking about rain, and it looked like things.
Yeah,
everything's okay on the
I
home
went
front?
around the chair I had everything propped up on. He started to go, and I caught him. It was a close call.
Yeah, dude, I saw the whole thing happen. I'm like, oh my god. But
You saw him just like this.
Yeah, that he was just looking
Luckily,
up.
I was
He was just looking.
I was
up.
right there. It was that was scary. Freaked the shit out of him, but he's all good. He's
Okay,
He's good
Jesse,
now.
what do you have going on in the future? Like, what's your next step or anything coming up in the future, like that you're planning on?
Honestly, I mean, for this year, what I wanted to do, but this weather has been nothing but trouble, like everywhere. But I wanted to do more like collab videos with people, that and like off-road,
Yeah.
just more off-road content and collabs. I've been trying to get like bigger name people. A couple of them said yes. It's just, I mean, we haven't had a set date, only because, like I said, the weather and timing. It's just hard to get timing correct with everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna even be harder this year because like all the forests around here are closed till June.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, it's like nothing's. I don't know. It's just everything I had planned hasn't. It's not looking so good. So
Well,
I don't know.
I've been blaming COVID for like busted plans for a while. So
Well, now
I
we
think-
have snow and
I guess we'll
know,
blame it.
I'm sorry. What's that? What's that, Jesse?
I said I'll still blame it on that, even though it's
All
probably.
right.
100%. I got 5 years of explanations. Like, well, COVID. You
is
know,
that why your
like,
drone flew away because of COVID?
it could be, Jose. It's very likely that
Yeah, man.
COVID. It sensed that I might have been infected and said, "I want out. I'm out."
So Jesse, the backstory with Matt's drone is he flew it 2 times, and both times it ran away from his house.
And one time I got it back.
Well, the
'cause
first
of-
time he got it back, and then he charged it up, and then the second flight, it literally just flew away again.
Never came back.
No, it was like after the second time, I was like, "Yeah, it didn't want to be around me, and that's fine. I don't want to be around you. You know, that's the way I looked at it." So,
Jeez, well, I'm gonna have to, like you said, I'm gonna have to be nice to my drone.
Yeah, don't beat the shit out of your
you know,
drone.
you pull it out of the box. You gotta pull it out of the box gently, and when you go to insert the battery, make sure that you get permission to do it first.
Do I have to
Make
kiss
sure
it
it's-
before as well, or
talk nice to it, compliment
Yeah,
it.
exactly. You got to crest, so you can't just be all, "Well, I bought you." You know, like it doesn't like that. Well, at least the one I got. I don't know where you're gonna buy your drones from, but
oh, we'll plan it out. I'm not sure yet. Best Buy.
mine had its own expectations, like preset, and I wasn't aware of that. So, you know, that's the crazy thing. And you know what? All I wanted it to do was just follow me around through the Mojave Desert and take some cool video of me looking rad in my truck, like doing nifty things.
And it just never,
You know, like kicking up dirt. That's all
Yeah.
I wanted. That's all I wanted. Just some footage of me kicking up some dirt. Didn't even have to be too crazy, but you know, we all have our own expectations, and that drone had its own. And maybe it found a better life somewhere else with somebody that was cooler than me, and I'm okay with that.
Gee.
Jesse, so I know you yourself and then our trail chasers started cutting their teeth on like going to events. Any events you're going to be going to soon?
Yeah, so the one I'll be coming up soon is the one Rodeo X Rigs, which is April 2nd in Crown Toyota, Ontario, California.
Yeah.
There, I'll be right next to my good friend Jerry, which is the owner of Beast Fabrication.
Yep. He's in San Bernardino, right?
Yeah, he's in San Bernardino. So I'm gonna be right there with his booth, and then we should have our other friend Sam, which is Dead Man Offroad, the recovery gear.
Yep.
I'll be right in between them, or at least in that general area, and I'll have my truck with me and stuff. So that's probably the next event I'll be at. And
is that Crown dealership? Is that right there by Scandia?
Yeah. Scandia's there.
Or
There's no more, dude.
No, yeah, but
it's a giant
it's
warehouse
in that
now.
it's in that area right there, right? Like
Yeah,
by
like
Haruka and the 15.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's where all the dealerships are at. Yeah, Crown Toyota
Yeah.
is like one, I think probably the biggest dealership there.
Yeah, and it should be exciting. I mean, all the events that my friend Jason has done, which is Trail Wolves, they've always been like a good, really, really good turnout. So I'm pretty excited for this one. And then it's right down the street, so I'm even more excited.
Yeah, it's super
But
close.
we could drive.
I mean, what's the main goal of the show? Is it kind of just getting off-road rigs and vendors together, or?
Yeah, so that's part of the goal. This one specifically, some of the proceeds are going to go for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, so for like cancer patients and stuff like that. To me, that's freaking awesome. Whenever anybody does, do things like that for big organizations that mean something. Everybody probably. I mean, I don't want to say it like that, but a family member, almost probably someone has had a family member that's probably gone through something.
For sure.
So it's cool that they're gonna give back, and that's what this one's based, and just it's always for something. So all these events are always for something. So I really like that. So I'm a big supporter.
Yeah, I mean, like the last event we did this past weekend, was for the Children's Hospital of Orange County. So
Exactly, yeah, and that's like I said. I mean, that's freaking. I like that.
All right, man. So, Jesse, is there anything that other than your YouTube page or your Instagram?
Where can people find you?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we stated in the beginning, the YouTube is just Jesse Rizo, JESSERIZO. On Instagram is another page that they can follow me, which is @_ Jesse Rizo, spelled the same way. And right there, something different that I've always wanted to do, and the reason I bring up the Instagram, and I'm about to say this, is before I used to hit up like bigger YouTubers, when I had questions and stuff like that, and I'd never get responses. So something I wanted to do ever since I started my channel was always try to reply to everybody. So if anybody ever does have questions, that's probably the easiest way to reach me, which is on my Instagram @_ Jesse Rizo. That's why I'm bringing that up.
Yeah, slide into Jesse's DMs.
Yeah.
he'll get back to you.
I try my best, trust me. But yeah, I mean, I don't care who you are. I mean, we're all people, we're all human, so I'm no better than
he
any.
He answered our message.
Hey, you guys are famous, so I had to,
I don't know about famous. Probably more infamous.
Infamous, yeah. We might be infamous, but
yeah.
Well,
but
I'm sorry, Jesse. Well, we really appreciate you coming on tonight and giving us your time. And if there's anything else you want to promote or anything, we'll go ahead and let you go.
That's about it. I mean, I appreciate you guys having me on the podcast. That means a lot. And I look forward to hanging out with you guys soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Jesse.
Appreciate it, man.
All right. Thank you. I'll see you guys.
He hung up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was told to him like, oh yeah, usually we do a post thing, but
yeah, we went over it, but it's cool. It's been a really weird show tonight. Obviously,
there's like multiple
emergencies going on right now.
What happened with Cody?
I think something with the dog. They had to take him to the vet.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. So, but he left the inmates to run the asylum.
I don't know. I got keys to the house, so anybody that wants to come on over, it's like open house, I guess.
I'm the captain now.
Yeah, Casey just left. Oh my god. All right, man. Well,
I guess we're gonna cut it short.
we could talk about this past weekend's
Oh no,
shenanigans.
dude, I don't want to relive that Sunday. I don't want to relive
I
Sunday.
think you have to. I think you have to relive this past weekend's shenanigans.
Oh man. Well,
Okay.
So this Saturday, we were at
Friday.
Friday.
Well, I was there on Friday night.
Oh yeah, Friday night. We went to Featherly Park, which is like a RV slash. How would you explain that park,
I
dude?
mean, it's an RV park, but with like a lot of potential like tent
Camp spots,
camping or whatever. And the park was really cool, and it was nice and maintained. Like there's somebody's investing in that place, whether it's our tax dollars or whatever. I don't know, but the bathrooms were clean.
Yeah,
and
man. They have cabins you can rent out.
They had cabins you could rent out. They had
Like a stream you can fish out of.
there was. I didn't see the stream, but oh man, I was about to go on a tangent. But they had like zip lines for kids. Like there was a playground. There was like a general store out front. This is like a pretty cool place. The only problem with it, it was right next to the goddamn 24191 interchange, and you just had nonstop freeway. It was like we were,
like I was telling you guys there Friday. My apartment faces a main street, so I fell right to sleep. I had no problem.
Yeah, well, that opens up some doors there, Jose. But I will say, I woke up. So it was Friday night, Saturday night.
So we should say what we were there for. So
All right, go on.
The event was for the YOLO wheeling. It was their inaugural like overlanding meet or get together.
Meet. Oh no! You know what's crazy is there's no Cody here to deflect the crazy tangents we're about to go in. So this could be either a really great episode,
Yeah, the
or
rest of the show
a
is either real.
disaster.
Yeah, it's gonna be a disaster.
It's probably the Hindenburg. Let's be honest. But
It's overland show. It's an overland show. It was an overland show.
But again, so for the YOLO
wheeling overland show was their first one. All the proceeds went to the Children's Hospital of Orange County.
And you know what? There was quite a bit of engagement on Saturday. There was a lot of people that showed up
For being their first event. Thanks, Nicole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was I would call it a huge success. They they had vendors there, they had food trucks there. People,
Yeah,
a
you
lot
had
of people.
a good number of both food trucks. You got me at food trucks. Like we were all talking about that first night. Like, tomorrow I got to go to the there's like 2 Mexican food trucks.
Yeah, and I think our group bought something off every food truck.
There was a Mr. French Fry truck. There was a vegan truck.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, the vegan truck impressed. I was a little surprised.
Yeah, so that guy was walking around handing out free samples, and that Mexican pizza, bro, was on point.
I was going to talk about that vegan burger or whatever was delicious. Believe it or not.
I didn't have the vegan burger.
You should have. What's wrong with you?
I don't know. A lot of things, obviously.
But other than that, we were there Friday night.
Yeah, we just camped out, relaxed.
Got our campsite set up. In hindsight, like we could have set up anywhere, but we literally set up like a homeless person underneath the overpass of the westbound 241 to the 91. It was like
we had the whole park to choose from, and Cody chose right under the bridge or right under the freeway.
Let's blame Cody. Exactly.
But Saturday we were emceeing the event, Saturday and Sunday. We're doing the raffle. We did we walked around, or Matt and Casey walked around, did some mobile interviews on Saturday.
They're amazing interviews. Yeah, they're all legendary. I'm sure they'll be clipped in
at the end of this episode.
You know what, Nicole? I did not pick that. That's where I set up, and then everybody went, yeah, I guess so. So whatever. I didn't realize that everything. So you should be on this show, Nicole. You should be speaking to this stuff. But I'll tell you. So I did like set up camp, and it was like, well, I don't know. This is like next to the
Matt,
YOLO
you
wheeling.
picked that?
Shut up, Jose.
Oh my
Shut
god,
up, Nicole.
dude.
I didn't pick it. It was just like, all right, well, this is where I parked my truck. And then, it ended up being horrible. Because, you know what? Like, where we were set up as far as the orange room and vendor row or whatever, it was a lot less noisy over there. But I didn't know that at the time. Like, I just thought it was all noisy. But yeah, the camp spot was like extremely noisy. All right.
Yeah, I mean that was so Saturday we finished up the event and then yeah, we,
Oh, dead
oh dude, he got thrown under the bus. How, dude, I'm disappointed in you.
What? That I made a bad decision?
Yeah.
You're disappointed in that. All right, fine. Throw it on me. Throw it on me. Why don't you blame your hangover on me?
Oh,
too?
dude. Well, we'll get into
Oh.
yeah. So Saturday, Jose got a little too drunk. Apparently, I wasn't drunk though.
That's not what you said. So, look, let's go back to
All right, so first-
Saturday.
Saturday, we emceed the event. We interviewed people. That giant German Shepherd was walking around.
Rocky.
Rocky.
Her name. I found out later it was her.
Yeah.
Her name was Rocky.
Yeah, Matt didn't want to offend the giant.
These days.
yeah.
Hello, his or her,
Yeah.
Rocky, it or them. Like I don't know. I don't want to be offensive. You could be a guy, but you are like 5'4". Dance around.
All right, I don't know
You
what that's
dance
supposed to be, but
Hey, look. There was a person. I'll be specific. There's a person walking around in a German Shepherd
outfit.
right?
Costume.
It was a costume.
This was not a real dog walking on its hind legs.
It wasn't?
So I made an assumption. Oh, this must be a person in a costume. And this person was no more than 5'4", and had very good like cheerleading type skills and was very coordinated. And I went,
That is.
well,
Matt,
I don't want to.
Matt
I don't want
at
to say.
trailchasers.net.
I don't want to say it is a woman. I don't want to be offensive, but I was referring to Rocky as a him or her on the mic like numerous times. It was very uncomfortable for me. Why can't I be offended that I wasn't sure how to do,
You're right.
do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I was in an uncomfortable spot. I didn't ask for
So
that.
yeah, they were there because they were showing off dogs that could be adopted.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we raffled off some stuff from the different vendors that were there.
What was like your coolest? What do you think was the coolest thing that we raffled off? And this was like over 2 days, so I think it was like six.
This
six
was
raffles.
like over 6 raffles, 5 or
Mhm.
6 raffles we did between both days. But I think the coolest thing for me was that telescoping light,
the
that-
UFO
that
light.
UFO light.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
That would have been cool to have. That we need one of those for our
Well, yeah,
camp.
because Cody comes out like Friday night and he's got like a work light. Like we're about to start hanging some duct work or doing some framing or something. Like, dude, I don't need to see like the dirt in my fingernails.
And
like,
don't shine it in my face.
Yeah, God, I want to try and relax, have a couple cocktails before I go to bed. But
yeah,
yeah,
we had a couple cocktails Saturday night.
I was gonna say I was talking about Friday night. We're still not to Saturday because Saturday is a whole nother thing. So
Yeah, post our MC duties, and
MC duties.
the camp it got dark, and we started hanging around the campfire, and me and Matt had a set on age-old debate.
Oh, and you know what, dude? I got confirmation today
Okay,
on my side of this debate. Like, you're crazy. You're a crazy person.
how, dude? There's a giant asterisk by your group.
Because you're a crazy person.
Whatever, dude. So the great debate was who's better, Black Sabbath or Led Zeppelin.
And it's like obvious. It's
And we
obvious.
just-
Chat room, just start putting it down. I won't even.
It was a
let's not even
heated
say-
discussion.
Yeah, let's not even say who supported who. Chat room, if you're there.
There's a giant asterisk by Led Zeppelin. They stole all their music.
Jesus Christ, Jose! I was just trying to keep it neutral so people would know who supported who.
I'm just saying.
But it's obvious. I don't give a shit if Zeppelin stole every damn song. It's Led Zeppelin, dude. They made whatever songs they stole, which they did. They made them better. They made them like all time. They're all time great.
I'm not denying that, but yeah. So, but yeah, we got into a heated conversation over that. I mean, there's a lot of cocktails flowing. Case, you were there.
Yeah, I used to. Yeah, there was definitely a lot of cocktails flowing and debates happening. I couldn't even tell who. I couldn't even tell who was for which band. You guys both of you kept making arguments for and against both bands.
Well, I like both
I was
bands.
like-
It's not like I'm trying to disparage Black Sabbath. It was just, well, Led Zeppelin's better. Like, just listen to them. Like, it's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. Like, name the drummer of Black Sabbath. I don't know. But John Bonham's drummer of Led Zeppelin. Who's the lead singer? Okay, Ozzy and Robert Plant. All right, that's call that even Steven.
Yeah.
And then who's the guitarist to Led Zeppelin? Come on. And I don't. If you gave me like 15 minutes and I wasn't drinking beer, I'd probably come up with the Black Sabbath
Tony
guitarist.
Iommi.
All right, well, whatever. So have you been drinking? No.
Not
But
today.
that's my point.
Dude, by the way, I'm
never
not drinking.
drinking
I'm
again.
not drinking anymore. Sorry, guys.
Until
Don't apologize to me. So that next day was like super rough.
Oh wow, yeah. I think I was dead.
Somebody
literally.
was like, I think next morning, Cody was like, "What time do you go to sleep?" Shit, I don't know. Like, I wasn't checking time or nothing. But yeah, it was a late night, and we got some video of some cheers, with some Fireball. Once the Fireball came out, it was like,
That was it. That was
it's over,
it.
Johnny.
Yeah,
It wasn't the handle
didn't-
of Captain or the bottle of
it
whiskey.
didn't affect Jose though.
Nah, I was sober, dude. I was pretty sober.
By what measure?
I mean, I told you guys, Shark Eyes was gonna come out.
Yeah, Shark Eyes came out.
They turned black.
Rampage came out.
Dude, look, there was evil spirits around our camp. I was just trying to protect us, all right?
All right, Cooper's
That
calling
you were,
me
Jose.
to help him out. I think. Okay, yeah, Lassie, I'll come help you. All right.
Dude, what's going on tonight? What's going on tonight?
So I don't know, like
But anyway,
Mars
yeah.
is in
It's-
retrograde
yeah, we're
or
in
what?
Dude, yeah, I don't know what's going on tonight, but yeah, man, crazy. Yeah, I was dying on Sunday. I'm dying on Monday still.
Still?
Yeah. But yeah,
I had a rough day Saturday just with the whole eyeball thing.
yeah.
And so I felt great Sunday. I was like, I don't understand how you guys are so terrible.
You didn't drink 2 bottles of stuff.
Obviously not. I thought I was right there with you guys, but
No,
apparently
dude.
not.
You just kept drinking that, Coors Light. But dude, like
It's a marathon.
I know, not for me, dude. I was in a 100-meter sprint. That's all I got.
Yeah. So what's our overall take on the YOLO Wheeling Overland event?
I think it was a success for them, dude. Considering it was their first time ever doing a show, like that location is great, man. Like we're talking about around the campfire, like even if if we do the Patreon, like if it's like that's where we're going camping, meet up here. Even if there's no wheeling, it's just a great spot to go camping, just to go hang out.
Yeah. It was weird camping where there was no dirt, like nothing was dirty.
Yeah, there's no dust.
You know what I
it's all
mean?
grass.
There was some leaves that were falling, and that's
Yeah.
about it. There was like bathrooms.
Yeah, there's clean
Susan
bathrooms.
went and took a shower on Saturday morning.
Oh, that's right. There's showers too. Yeah, I mean, it's a great little spot. Like, and it's right off the 91. Like, you'd probably people drive by that place like their whole lives, and they probably didn't even know that park was there, dude.
I didn't honestly. I didn't know that it was. I knew that there was like the golf courses over on that side, and there's the Santa Ana River Lakes is over there.
Yeah, the only reason I
Um,
knew that park was there because I had gone to a few VW shows there, but other than that, I would have never have known that park was there.
yeah, I would definitely like to go hang out and like camp there again. Maybe like a little further away from where the like not
You mean right,
underneath the 91.
not right underneath the freeway?
Yeah, not underneath the 91 freeway, but like as far away as we could get from it, like over by the like the where I think the creek is at,
Yeah,
or Santa Ana River or whatever,
yeah. Is it creek or
further
creek?
north. It depends on which size it is. It's either a creek or it's a creek. It goes creek, stream,
Mm,
river. I think. I
okay.
think that's the steps it goes. But I can't wait till they do another one there, man. I think that was
It was great, dude.
we had a blast.
Yeah, and I think unfortunately what took a little a wind out of their sails was that other event was going on that same weekend, this past weekend in Pomona.
There
Which
was several different things happening
oh was it? I didn't even,
that
I only know
weekend. Yeah,
those two, but apparently the other one wasn't that big either.
no,
I don't know.
not from what I've heard.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like an off-road expo kind of deal, like a giant, like vendor filled event. But
That's what they made it sound like, but apparently it was just like one hall, like
Mhm.
one exhibit hall.
yeah,
Um, but you can fit a lot of vendors in those
no,
one of those
I think the
halls.
one they did it in was that the main one, like the giant, the
It's the
biggest one.
biggest one
Yeah,
they have. Yeah. Um, but yeah, my and what I was really pleased about was that it took 2 hours to get home.
yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, for you, and that's like a win for you, right? Like typically everything we do is like a 5 hour ordeal for you.
Yeah. I expected on the way there, like it was going to take us 3.5 hours. It took us 2 hours. We even stopped for gas and food.
Yeah,
And on the way home, we didn't stop at all. We just pressed on, and it was 2 hours. It was snowing on the way home,
yeah. I mean,
but I was like, that wasn't bad at all. We were home by 4 o'clock.
for Cody and I, it was like 20 minutes from our house,
Yeah.
and for Matt, it was like 30. So, but yeah, it's a great spot, man.
Did you sample any of the food at that place
At which place?
at the event? All the food trucks.
Yeah, I mean, I had a pizza. I had a pizza
It
on
was good
Saturday.
pizza.
It was good pizza, and then I didn't eat anything on Sunday. Like nothing.
You were
Like
dead to
nothing.
the world on
Yeah, I was like,
Sunday,
please, just I need to just live. But
which we lucked out because Sunday was pretty slow.
yeah, I was not in good shape. But there's some funny pictures that I don't know if they will be released or not, but of me and my struggles on Sunday.
Yeah,
But the food
I
wise,
partook in some of those photos.
um, I didn't have any of the fries from Mr. Fries, but they look good. The
A
tacos
couple of
look
them were good.
the tacos looked amazing, but I didn't have any from the where are the tacos from? The Boom?
No, we got them from Andrea's, I think.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then someone was saying that there was another food truck there that sold Philly cheesesteak fries and not from Mr. Fries.
that
were
was also Andrea's.
that was better than Mr. I mean, dude, if you're named Mr. Fries, you got to own the fry game, right? But
Oh, pictures.
Nobody should be out frying you.
exactly.
Look,
He definitely got out fried.
right here in the comment section here, chat room, Betty White. It wasn't me with a furry. Any pictures of me and Rocky are like legit. Okay, so
And
let's
yes, there
not-
are pictures.
And
of
that
me
and
with
that
the
and that,
fur-
that says Fury. I didn't. see
yeah, that's what I was like.
Fury.
With
I'm
the
like,
Fury, I didn't know if he was talking about your truck case. Like Blue Thunder.
yeah, my truck was entered under an alias at the rig show
on Sunday, yeah, they had the. Was that supposed to be on Saturday too? Like, was that supposed to be where everyone?
It
all the
was it was
shows-
all weekend.
Okay.
Like you could vote all weekend, but that was rigged.
Definitely for the most dirtiest car, bro.
My truck had like actual mud on it.
The car that won wasn't even dirty.
It didn't even have dust on it.
Yeah.
It just came from the car wash.
I think they had just waxed it, but yeah.
Yeah.
The one that won best technology, that's like a weird category, right? Like what are you categorizing as technology? Just a lot of
Because
lights.
he had like
or
17 lights that he turned on.
He did have a lot of light bars, but that was a cool Tacoma, and he won best technology. He won that awning, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, I interpret that best technology as like a leftover category from like 100 years ago when lights were like a new thing. So
Yeah, but if you
That's
say
probably like,
technology,
this is,
you would expect to see his dashboard full of like.
I didn't look at his
GPS. Yeah,
dashboard.
me neither. I didn't.
And you know what? It might have had that because the people voted on that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't enter because I didn't want to just win every category, or else I would have.
Whoa.
Even best technology.
Okay, so that was really it was a lot of fun this weekend. I really liked hanging out with everybody because it had been a while since the four of us had all
Mm-hmm.
got to hang out at the same time at an event.
Takeaways from this weekend, Matt.
Takeaways. What would I like to take away? I'd like to take away the 91 freeway. if the 91 freeway had been removed, and I had made that comment a couple of times, like, why is this event centered around like one of my nemesis freeways? Like, this freeway I fucking hate, and I'm not even gonna hold back. Like, this is one of the worst fucking freeways
Dude, I
in
fucking
existence.
despise that freeway, dude.
And
Well, we could have camped. We probably could have picked a spot a little further away.
shut up, Casey. Shut
Well,
up.
fucking
Shut
Matt-
up. Stop.
Matt's
Why
like-
you gotta rehash some shit we were talking about? God damn it! But you're right. You are right. Like when I plopped down, and I was told, hey, you got to camp out by that white fucking Jeep over there or whatever, and it was like, oh, I'm over by that white Jeep. I didn't go around and explore. Like, well, the goddamn freeway's right there. Like, is 100 yards gonna make that big a difference? Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, 100 yards gonna make a big giant difference.
Yeah.
So next time, we do an event there. I'll make sure to park further away. But I'll tell you, I had a good enough time that if Yola Wheelan wants to do it there again,
I suggest they do it there again.
yeah,
Good
no,
spot.
well,
Yeah.
sure. As far as the vendor row and how everything was set up, everything else was great. I'll just make sure that I'm closer to the fishery, or what was happening. There was like a stream or something, or I would rather hear a babbling brook than a freeway of hell.
Yeah. Well, if you go far enough north, you'll run into the Santa Ana River.
Yeah,
Mhm.
But you can only go as far as that like shrub line, and then it says like you can't go any further
Case
for endangered species and whatnot.
Case, any takeaways this weekend?
Jose was a endangered species, by the way.
Takeaways. I need a bigger rooftop tent.
No, you don't. I don't think you do. You have the biggest one.
Yeah. The
That is
diesel
kinda,
heater came in clutch again.
It's kind of funny how you do carry that fucking tent around with you every day. You drive around, and the one time you're like, I'm gonna use it. You didn't even get to use it.
Yeah, I slept in the Gazelle because it just it was like a trial. This was like a trial period of us figuring out how to do it. But
I think that was. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I the one thing I think top of the list is like a solar panel, just to be able to set up that
Right.
Titan pack and charge it, not run your car or anything like that. Just
Yeah.
So that brings up a great point. A great point. Number one, like there's, we didn't know who was. So this wasn't something we set up. We were just camping with the YOLO group or whatever, and you could see like a lot of similar things. The whatchamacallit tents and similar setups, but the solar panels, I saw a lot of that too. And when I had to go wheel my truck up to our vendor booth or whatever, wherever we were, and then charge up my stupid CPAP thing, I still had some a bit of charge left. Like I probably could have been okay that second night, but it was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and pull my truck up here, watch it as it runs in front of us, and charges back up. It would have been nice just to have a solar array of some sort to do it. I don't have to plug it in and just think about it, let it do its thing the following day. But you're right. Like, I think that's the next thing I want to get. Yeah. Jose.
Because that Titan Pack is so clutch that you just, like, you want to keep it topped off,
I'm sorry. The Titan Pack, that thing was the hit.
It ran our equipment all weekend.
It ran the equipment. So we had different packs, but that thing ran my refrigerator all weekend long. And, we all know how important ice cold beer is critical. And then, kept everything else I wanted dry and cold. Like, I had that thing at 35 degrees. That thing was money. My refrigerator and the Titan Pack nonstop the whole time. So as far as the having that solar panel, that was just for my little CPAP thing that I have, that flash fish deal. That would have been nice to have. That's what I charged up at the vendor booth. But I wasn't even worried about the fridge and the Titan Pack. That was money.
I think I know where I went wrong this weekend, guys. I was making drinks out of a French
Black
press cup.
Sabbath. Look, I love Black Sabbath, but it's not Led Zeppelin.
No, all the drinks, I was drinking out of that French press cup, and I was just pouring like if it was a regular.
I know you were drinking that. Dude, you know what? When we met up, so Nicole, me and Nicole met up here at Cody's house. It was like 4:30, 4 o'clock, Friday afternoon. And I'm all, oh man, I got to stop and get ice still. I went to the grocery store. I forgot about ice. I'm like, dude, do you have any like red Solo cups or something? Because we're going to drink cocktails. And that's what the ice is for. I need ice for cocktails. I brought like a separate bag, like a cooler bag. And then I don't know. I think there must be like about 20 red Solo cups somewhere between here and Prado Dam or whatever. Like, because by the time we got back to camp, or when we got to the camp area, no cups, I had no cups. It was like a panic. And then Cody goes digging through. We give Cody shit all the time about bringing Bass Pro Shop everywhere he goes. Guess what he had? He had like these 2 kick-ass like
steel tumblers,
stainless steel tumblers. They're probably like 20 ounces, I would say. They didn't even look like 20 ounces. 20 ounces is a lot. I mean, that's like more than a beer. Is that a pint?
A pint, 16 ounces.
Guess what? It was more than a pint. That's my estimation. But either way, it was like a perfect cocktail size too. Like,
Mine too.
Yeah. And then when I saw, I'm all, hey man, all right, so we're making cocktails. And I made Cody a cocktail that Friday afternoon. And, he was like done. All he needed was like one really. And it was over. And then
I only had
you
2
showed
drinks
up.
this week.
You showed up. Exactly. And it was like, oh my God. It was like a vat. You brought a vat with a handle.
That's all I had, man. I was using what I had.
You made your first cocktail, and it was like, Matt, what are we going to do about rum? I'm all, Jesus Christ, dude. It's a brand new handle. And
I didn't have any of those cocktails.
Yeah.
Well, you missed out.
I passed your sobriety
I
test,
don't know.
bro, so I was good.
Yes.
And then on Saturday
I don't know.
night-
You never actually did what I said.
That was the other. I don't want to say weird thing, but I had brought some food or whatever in case we had to camp or whatever. But we were so close to civilization.
Whatever that pizza place was, dude, it was delicious.
That was it was
Porky's
it was Porky's Pizza in Anaheim
or Yorba Linda, wherever it's at.
Yorba Linda, Anaheim. And I called it in at like 7 o'clock. I'm like, hey, let me have 3 large pizzas or whatever. Where are you at? Featherly Park.
On its
Yeah,
way.
where's that? It's like a mile and a half from you guys. What do you mean, where's it at? Oh, do you mean like the zip line thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that sure. At that point, I'm like 2 cocktails in. I don't know. Like I can't even.
Like, look,
how did I?
I'll meet you in the.
God knows what that conversation sounded like, but
I
I
need 3
was
pizzas here now.
Yeah, they're like, okay, see you in a half hour. I set a timer because I knew, like, there's no fucking way. If they're depending on me meeting them at the gate, because there was a gate, I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm gonna be at that gate. And I'm all, well, I better set a timer. And then I got a phone call, like, hey, I'm so and your fucking pizza, and I'm like, oh my god. Pizza showed up. It was excellent. Excellent. I couldn't speak more highly of Porky's Pizza. Even though I didn't remember the name of the place. But I would have remembered it.
I know.
But we brought all kinds of stuff. Like we brought one of those pre-made sandwiches. We brought stuff for breakfast burritos. We brought stuff for tacos. And then
none of
come Saturday afternoon, Saturday morning happened so quickly. Like, oh crap, we need to get over there and get set up. I didn't make burritos, and then by Saturday afternoon, it was like, yeah, let's just go buy a shit ton of fries and pizza, like, and then tacos. And so we didn't eat the sandwich, and then we get to camp. And I was like, oh, I guess I'm gonna make some tacos. Never mind, Matt's ordering pizza.
Yeah.
So finally Sunday morning, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna make some burritos at the booth. So I brought everything to cook food. I didn't even cook any food. I better make use of it, I guess.
Hey, so that reminds me, Birria, Birria, Birria. That's goat. Is that goat?
Yes.
Those are the best goat tacos I had on Saturday. I'm all like, I went to the taco truck. I was pumped, like just like you guys. I'm like, yeah, give me some. What do you got? And literally, I asked the guy, "What's your best thing?" I just want your best thing. Like, is it a burrito or whatever? He's like, well, our chicken's good or whatever. We have five different tacos: al pastor, asada, chicken, birria, whatever. Yeah, one of each. Give me one of each of those. They were delicious. That place was on point. And they were there. They were like the last truck to leave, I think, because I had like a burrito the next day that was amazing. Chicken, bean, rice, and cheese burrito on Sunday. I tried to help you, Jose. I was like, dude, I'll get you one of these burritos. You were like, no, I can't eat nothing.
I can't, dude. No way. I didn't eat anything that day.
So did I. I tried to give him a breakfast burrito that I made. I was like, here, drink a beer.
Oh.
Like, here's a rock star. You want cranberry juice or a soda?
No, Jose just wanted a Meyer.
I made him coffee. He drank coffee.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, but I think I was still drunk at that point.
Yeah, he was.
So, yeah. But, yeah, it was a great weekend. Thanks, YOLO Wheeling, for having us out again. And hopefully, we can do it next year or whenever you guys have it again. I don't think they'll be doing it biannual. Maybe next year, right?
So twice a year, biannual?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sure, if they did it, I'd love to be there.
It's a great spot. I'm there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
All right, guys. Anything else you guys want to bring up before show end?
Led Zeppelin.
Don't mix rum and whiskey.
No, God, no.
All right, guys.
See you later, everybody.
Late.